Now, once you set up your profile right here, the next step is to scroll down, and you're going to see this one that says digital phone. Just go ahead and ignore this for now, but this area will automatically activate once you decide to answer the calls on the platform. Because if you're just forwarding the calls to your physical phone, this section you won't need it. But if you're gonna answer the phones right here on the platform, this section will automatically activate, and this is where you're gonna enter your phone numbers manually. If you want to make a single phone call, you can still link it to your list, but this is the area where you're going to go ahead and answer the calls, make single calls, etc. So this right now, because we decided to go with the forward option to your physical phone, this is why this section will be just as is. It won't change. So just go ahead and jump to the next one. The next one is all about connecting your Google Sheets. Now, because we already went ahead and added this email to your Google Sheets as an editor, now all we need to do is just basically configure it. So I'm going to go step by step and explain what information you need to input on each one of these. But for example, your main outbound list, this is just like an internal title that you want to give your list, so that way you can identify it later on. So let's just name this test internal list. You can name it whatever you want. Nobody's going to see that, only you. Now the spreadsheet ID, the spreadsheet ID, this is what's going to tell the platform what's your Google Sheets file name, and it's going to link it using the spreadsheet ID. And where do you get this? Very simple. If you go back to your if we go back to our test sheet right here, you can't see it right now, but if you copy the URL that you get on top of the Explorer, and I'm going to copy it and just paste it down here. This right here, this is the URL that you get at the very top. So as you can see right here, so the spreadsheet ID is going to be the numbers between this letter right here. As you can see, it's going to give us like a typical URL right here, and then there's going to be a letter D, and then there's going to be a / and then a long code. So you're going to copy everything after the / right here. You're going to go ahead and just copy all this, and you're going to copy it all the way till the end, right before the next / and where it says edit. So this is going to be your spreadsheet ID. It's going to be different for everybody, but this is going to be the format it's always going to be. It's always going to be https docs.google.com / spreadsheet / then a letter, usually it's the letter D, / then your spreadsheet ID all the way down here, and then / edit, and then some other code that's going to be down here, but you don't need this part. You just need this part right here in the middle between the two / after the letter D, or the letter that comes up on your side, and right before the edit wording right here. So you're going to go ahead and copy that, right? And then that's what you're going to put right here. There we go. Now the sheet name. The sheet name is basically referring to the name of the tab. Now the name of the tab is down here. Sorry. By default, it's always going to be sheet 1. You can leave it as is, but if by any chance you change it, let's say you add leads dash and then the date, let's say April 21st. Because you're going to have several tabs and several lists, you can do that as well. You can do it like this. Just make sure not to add any spaces, or you can leave it as is, sheet 1. And that's referring to this section right here. So this is going to be sheet 1. And then the phone column header. This is going to be the name of the column that they're using for the number. So in this case, the column where we're going to get the phone numbers, that we're actually telling our platform, hey, this is the column where you're going to go ahead and get the phone numbers and actually make the calls. what's the title that you added that column. So it could be numbers, it could be phone, it could be whatever you wanted it to be. In my case, it's number. So if we go back, we're going to add here number, because it's just referring for you to put the name of the title in this section. The name of the column that houses all your phone numbers that you're going to call. And then finally, but very important, is going to be the columns that you want the platform to show you when somebody answers the call. Remember when I told you that these columns right here are optional? You can add any information that you want. So let's say that, hey, when somebody calls me, obviously we're going to show you the number, but what other information you want us to show you? Well, you may want to know the name, because when somebody answers, you want to address them by their name. If you're selling, like I mentioned before, insurance, maybe you're going to want their policy number right on the screen. So you can add any amount of columns that you want right here, but in this section is where you're going to name what you want to show. So the number is already going to show, but let's say name, and then let's say others. These are the only ones that I want to show. So once you do that, and you can add as many as you want, okay? We usually keep it between 3 and 4 at most. That way you don't saturate the pop-up with information when it comes up when somebody answers, but you can add as many as you want. Now, once you add this information, all you need to click here is Connect Google Sheets. Once you click Connect, this will go ahead and refresh. And as you can see, your test internal list is already connected to the account. The next column right here is going to be connecting your Twilio number that we're going to use to actually call this list. So we already have the list connected here, right? Now all you need to do now is connect your Twilio number. Now connecting your Twilio number is very simple. So if you're just going to go ahead and forward the calls to your physical phone, you just need to add the account ID and the auth token. These two, and then a label for this phone number basically. But you only need to add these two. If you're going to go ahead and answer the calls on your computer, meaning that you're not going to forward the calls when they get answered to a physical phone, then you need to add these two plus these three right here. And obviously the phone number for both of them. Why do you need this? Well, basically it's because the platform, you're telling the platform, hey, this is my account, this is my phone number, this is what you're going to use, and in order for us to do that, we need these pieces of information. But for example, if we go here to our Twilio account, this is your account ID, the one that you need. I'm going to go ahead and copy it. And then the auth token, go back to Twilio, it's going to be right here. Oops, sorry. And then the phone number linked to these account ID and auth token. So if we go back to Twilio, I have that number right here. And I'll add it down here. And that's it. These are all the three pieces of information that you need to add when you're forwarding the call to your physical phone. We go ahead and add Twilio number right here. It'll go ahead and refresh again. And as you can see, if we scroll down here, oh, here it is. We already added the number right here. Here's the number. Here's the label that we gave it. And you can always remove the phone number if you want to re-add it, or remove the list if you want to re-add a new one. You can keep using the same list because you can just update the numbers on the list, and then this will import the new numbers every single time. But yeah, so one last thing. If you add the phone number from Twilio, you add it in a version that'll forward it to your physical phone, and then you want to come back and add a secondary line that's just digital, but you want to do it with the same number. So for example, this number is going to go ahead and get transferred to your physical phone, and then let's say that maybe you now don't want to forward it, but you want to answer the calls directly on the platform. and you go ahead and add all this information too, but you add the same number, just keep in mind that you can't have the same number added in both of the features that we offer. You either use the number to forward it to your phone, or you remove it and you add it again to answer the calls on the platform. Either one should work fine, but you can't have both at the same time.